Right, before we get going, I'm going to go straight in for the little tip that I've got you. When we approached this site, we're driving into Berwick, and between me and the missus following the sat-nav and reading the book, we completely missed this roundabout. We drove straight over it and ended up going down to the bridge and along the edge of the river. Not a very good idea. So basically the tip is, when you get to this roundabout, there's a big building on your left. It's like sort of goldy colour with big triangles on the side. And opposite that there's the farm food warehouse. This is the roundabout you want. This is the roundabout you need to, if you're coming from the south, this is where you need to turn right, and obviously if you're coming from the north, this is where you need to turn left. Don't do what I do. It can be done. Right, obviously I've done it, but you go around and then you approach the site from the other way, and there's a really sharp left-hand turn, and it's a sharp left-hand turn going up a hill. Yeah, it was really quite awkward. I didn't ground out the van, but it's really quite awkward. You'll see it in a minute anyway when we get along towards the site. You'll see exactly what I mean. Right, let's get into the site. Right, this is the site entrance. Now imagine you're coming up the other way. You're coming up the hill in the other direction, and you've got to turn left and go up another steep hill in the opposite direction. It makes it rather tricky, so don't make the mistake that I made and come this way. On the right here we have a reception area. Now on the day of our arrival, they came out as we arrived to check us in. This is done apparently so that they don't get a long queue blocking the exit and the entrance. Right, let's have a little drive around the site. On the left here by the wall there are some small tent pitches, which we found that people on bikes actually used. They came along on their bike, pitched their tent and stayed the night. Now it seems to be a long thin site set onto a hillside, and as you drive around you do get the feeling of it's a little bit cramped, but that doesn't deter from the site itself, because it's very nice. As you drive in on the right you have some grass pitches. Now there's not many of them, but what these pitches offer is uninterrupted sea views. I'm going to bear this in mind if ever we come back and try and book these pitches rather than the hard standings. Now, talking about sea views, just over the wall is a church that chimes every hour, counting the hours. Just thought I'd mention it. I think I'm going to get some nice sunsets here. One other thing that you may like to know is what's over this wall. Let's take a look. Okay, it's a mainline train track. Now, we pitched our van next to the wall, and although the trains ran every 15 minutes or so, they weren't really disturbing anyone, and I guess that's a bonus. All in all, this is a very nice site, and I can certainly understand why people come back year after year. I reckon we will be back again. Now then, here's a few photos of the area that I will leave you with, and I'll see you next time.